Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on variables and constants in C++. So here we'll learn about data types, how variables are stored in memory, their storage, scope, storage classes, and constants. Everything we will uh, come across in today's video. So what is variable? Variable is simply a named location in memory that stores a value. It is something like a labeled box. The variable has four important properties: unique name called as an identifier, a data type, value, and a memory address where it is stored. Here it is age. Age is the variable name of data type int and it stores the value 25. Next is variables in memory. Whenever we declare variables, the compiler allocates memory in RAM. Each variable occupies a certain number of bytes depending on its data type. Here bool occupies 1 byte, char occupies 1 byte, int generally occupies 4, double occupies 8 bytes. And C++ provides a size of operator which tells you how many bytes a variable occupies. So let's see how we declare variables in C++. The basic syntax is type followed by a variable name, optionally an initial value. Here it specifies, int specifies the type, age is the variable, and 21 is the value. Similarly, we can declare variable of types double, char, bool. The cout statement displays these values on the screen. The 5 ways to initialize variables are shown here. The C++ usually supports several ways to initialize variables. First, in default initialization where no value is assigned. This should generally be avoided because a variable may contain garbage value. Second is copy initialization using equal sign. And third is direct initialization using parenthesis. Fourth is initialization using curly braces. And finally, we have the auto keyword where the compiler automatically determines the variable's type. Next is fundamental data types. So C++ provides several built-in data types. For storing whole numbers, we use short, int, long, depending on required range. For decimal numbers, we use float, double, or long double. Characters are stored using char, while logical values are stored using bool. The integer types in depth. The different integer types support different range of values. Short stores relatively small integers, while int is most commonly used integer data type. For very large numbers, C++ provides long and long data types. Next is floating point types. So floating point data types are used for storing decimal values. Three commonly used types are float, double, and long double. Next is character and boolean types. So let's look at two simple but important data types. A char stores a single character. Internally, every character is represented by the ASCII value. For example, a character A corresponds to number 65. The bool data type stores only two values, which is true or false. By default, C++ assigns these values as 1 and 0. Next comes the variable scope. So the scope of the variable can be local or global. So local variables are declared inside the function, exist only while the block executes. So no visibility outside the block. Next is global variables. These are declared outside all the functions and initialized to 0 by default. Accessibility from any function in the file. Next is block scope or shadowing. So when an inner block declares a variable with the same name as an outer block, it shadows the outer one until the inner block ends. This is known as shadowing concept. We should usually avoid shadowing. This causes the subtle bugs. Next comes the storage classes. We'll learn about auto, static, and extern classes here. So static variables, this is initialized only once at first call. The value persists across the function calls and it's of local scope. Next is extern. Only one definition per program is permitted here. Multiple declarations allowed. prefer header files for declaration. So here this is a storage class summary. Next comes constants in C++. So constant is a value that cannot be changed after it is set. So this is displayed here in the code. This can be done using const keyword or const expr or by using hash defined directive. So here is the demonstration of declaring constant with const keyword. And next, assigning the compile time constants here. And here is the comparison or combined display of defining constants using 3 different ways. There is one more constant known as enumeration constant. So that is displayed here. So this contains values. This contains instead of displaying merely the integer values, here we can assign the meaningful values using enum constant. Next is type system. So implicit conversion as well as explicit conversion is allowed here. We also will come across auto detection and type aliases here. So implicit conversion, the compiler promotes smaller types to larger ones automatically. Explicit conversion is using explicitly pointing out or giving from which data type to be the variable to be changed to which data type. It has to be explicitly given. This is auto type detection. When to use auto type detection is for during the iterator and range for loops, complex template return types when type is obvious from context. In these cases we can go for auto type detection. So type aliases is definitely improves the readability and let you change underlying types in one place at a time. Here the key takeaways are from today's video. Here we have learnt about variables, the data types, scope, storage, constant and type conversions. Thank you.